Okay, well, when I was told I had to write a speech, Amanda told me about 5, and I talked to Chad, and he said, about 3, and Eric said a few, so I'm gonna compromise and do about 10. I wrote a short novel, so thank you for being short, so I can take your minutes. It's the teacher in me, sorry. I came to Valley in the fall of 1992 to play basketball and to get a degree in elementary education. In that order, maybe not, I don't know. But I got both of those things, but I also got so much more. I was able to create memories and build lasting relationships. Being a little over an hour away, depending on how fast I drove from Independence, Missouri, I felt I had the best of both worlds. I could start my independence, yet come home if I wanted to on a weekend. Some of the best times of my life were at Missouri Valley. I'm going to share a few right now. First, basketball, the reason why I came here, and in education, but I'll get to that later. My college basketball years were the best. I will never forget Elaine Paya walking my scrawny self around campus, and she showed me the old gym first. The old, small, old, dimly lit, old gym. I thought, okay, cool, wow, small. People really played here? Okay, and then she took me to the new gym, and that's where I was sold. I was like, this is where I want to play. And I spent most every day of my college career in that gym practicing basketball. That gym would be where I would play every day. I'd like to think I worked hard every day. I wanted to be my best self on the basketball court. The grind of the mundane practices would soon pay off. Soupy is here tonight, and where are you, Soupy? There she is. Call her Soupy. You can ask her why later. But anyway, Michelle, we played well together. I thought we worked great as a team, and I was so sad when you left. But then you came back, and you've never left since. So the dedication and perseverance that I displayed on the basketball court are 2 characteristics that I carry with me to this day. An early memory that I have of my first year playing basketball was fouling out of 7 of the last 11 basketball games. It's a great stat. I like to think, we'll say hustle we'll say. The first game my parents came, my mom remembers thinking, what happened to Jana's bird legs? I was like, the weight room happened to Jana's bird legs. I'd never been inside a weight room before. So I actually had muscle in my legs, and I also had 6-pack abs, which I would really like back. Seeing my parents in the stands every day, or every home game, even some away games when it was a short drive from their home, was the greatest. I loved that they came and watched me play as much as they could. We'd go to Pizza Hut or Hustlers after the game to celebrate a win or mourn a loss, and then they would make the drive home. Not before Dad would slip me a 20 in my hand, get me through to the next game. Some other memories were basketball trips. Every Thanksgiving, we would miss Thanksgiving with our own families to go play the Bartlesville, Oklahoma tournament. And we would have Thanksgiving as a basketball family wherever on the road. Whenever we would be close to my parents' house for away games, we would stop and we would have pizza and brownies as a team. And my teammates still remember your brownies, Mom. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for absolutely everything. Our monumental trip was my junior year when we made nationals. And it's crazy to think that come this March, it will be 30 years since we made that big trip. So Lister, you're in the room, maybe not, you can pass the word. We need to get this team back together and have a little alumni reunion maybe. And then I want you to go break this record this year. We used to come back and play in alumni basketball games. The year after I had my son, Tristan, I played an alumni game. I have a picture of him on the basketball court, not quite a year old. And just 7 years ago, our 95 basketball team that made it to nationals was inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Our coach, Elaine Paya, she came back and she gave a speech talking about every single one of us individually and collectively as a team as if it was just the other day. And those, hearing her say that, those specific things all those years later show we were definitely creating memories and building lasting relationships. And by the way, yay for women's basketball finally getting the recognition it deserves. Another thing that I got at Valley that I didn't know I needed was sisterhood. Yeah. Pledging Alpha Sigma Alpha in the spring of '93, meeting people that would become my sisters, not just for years, but for life, was and is something special. I'm not sure I can convey the words to say how special it truly is. But we had a lot of fun. All our parties that were totally off campus. Rags to Riches and Sister Switch. Rags to Riches was a generation. Sister Switch, our formals in Columbia were some of my favorites. All our trips to Warrensburg on Wednesday night, enough said. Our poor little house that's no longer there, that I believe was an infirmary all those years ago on campus, had major problems, but it had character and it was ours. We painted the basement red and white, checked floor, I'm pretty sure to cover up the mold. Philanthropic events, Greek life, or Greek week, whatever, it was sisterhood. We were there and are still there for one another as always. To this day, we still stay connected. Thank goodness for Facebook, but even if we didn't have Facebook, and even when we didn't have Facebook, we still stayed connected. Some of us text almost daily, and those of us that live less than 45 minutes away hardly ever see each other, but when we do, we pick up right where we left off. We've been through births together, unfortunately deaths together, marriages, unfortunately, fortunately, divorces, menopause, whatever. All stages of life. One of my sisters that can't be here tonight, she's actually the mother, or the godmother of my daughter. So thanks, girls, for being here tonight. It means the world. And I'm honored to be a part of the Greek Life Advisory Board here at Valley that just kind of started up. And I look forward to how I can help get Greek life back on campus. Becoming a member of Alpha Sigma Alpha sorority is for a lifetime, and one that I am so proud and so glad I chose to be a part of. This is what I mean by creating memories and building lasting relationships. Another memory at Missouri Valley is my education, what I guess I really came here for. I majored in elementary education, and let me just say, there really isn't a class that will prepare you for the classroom at all. You just have to get in there and go make a difference. Make memories, build relationships. Some of the professors from Valley I can still remember, Louis and Wymore, Dr. Wellborn, who tells it like it is, I'm sure he still does. Dr. Ehlert and Ron Miller, who, rest in peace, were two of the nicest and most high energy professors I'd meet. But I'd have to say my favorite class was my student teaching experience. Right here in Marshall at Northwest, teaching 4th grade with my cooperating teacher, Terry Wright. She was the best. She was the best. She taught me so much, and I still read the book to my kids out loud every year that she gave me. She went and met the author, and the author signed it for me, and it's Cages by Peg Carrot. And read aloud to this day is one of my absolute favorite things to do in the classroom. I pick books that mean something, that teach a lesson to my kids, just like she did, and how lucky Missouri Valley is to have had her as a professor. Still a professor? She's still a professor? Still a professor here, yep. And I'm excited for the Educational Alumni Reunion coming up in April, so that'll be fun. I'm pretty proud of being named Building Teacher of the Year at my building. Not once, but twice. And it was a great honor being recognized as District Teacher of the Year for the year 21-22 school year. Teaching is my passion. I want to make education memorable for my students. When they are in my classroom, I teach them to be good humans, not just good students. I want them to have fun, be kind, make memories, build relationships with themselves, with me. In my building, I became promotions chairman about 7 or 8 years ago, and it was a committee created, I'd like to say for me, because I like to have fun, and we put things together for students and staff to have fun, so it's truly rewarding when you hear students and staff say they love to come to school. But one of my favorite things about being a teacher, if not the most favorite thing about being a teacher, is seeing former students. I love hearing how they are and what they're up to. To put my 27 years of teaching in perspective when it comes to kids, I have taught a little over 600. And I'm hoping that I had an impact on some of them in some way. But as an elementary teacher, you don't always know the difference you're making. Sometimes you'll never know, but when those students come back years later to tell you the impact you had on them, To me, there's no greater feeling as a teacher. This is what it's all about. Creating memories and building lasting relationships. Homecoming is such a fun vibe. When I was at Valley, each homecoming, I thought it was so weird to see older people coming back hanging out. This was before tailgating was ever allowed, too. I thought, why do these people in their 40s and 50s keep coming back year after year? Ha! Now those people, we are those people that are 40. Okay, 50. 51, 52. Older than me. But I get it now. It's all about making those memories while you're here and having lasting relationships that have been built all those years ago. For us, it was 30 plus years ago. Missouri Valley has done that and continues to do that. My daughter Abby, a little over 3 years ago, decided to become a Viking. She played soccer in the fall of 21, and then her plans changed and she went elsewhere. But in that short semester, she also got the whole creating memories and building lasting relationships. Her roommate, Nicolene Hansen, came to little old Marshall all the way from Denmark, and Drew paired them up together as roommates. Looking back, I would have to say that that was the best decision he made for Abby in her short time here. They connected so quickly, and just as quickly, Nicolene became part of our family. I call her my international daughter. In fact, she is celebrating her senior night at the college she's at now this Sunday, and so I will be getting up way too early to drive to Arkansas to be there for her and help her walk across the field for her senior night. Nicolene and the many other friends Abby made, many internationally, which, by the way, I remember her calling me on the phone and saying, "Mom, I walk in the cafeteria and there's like 12 different languages I'm hearing." She's like, "It's like traveling the world, just being here in Marshall, Missouri." So it's pretty cool. And just in those short 4 months, she's made many memories and lasting relationships. So there are some of the many wonderful memories I've had at Valley. I know I've probably already taken up enough time, and I could go on more about feeling the small community family at Valley, how I had other friends that weren't in basketball or in ASA, how anyone, students or staff, was ready to help whenever you needed it, how it felt like we would all cheer each other on whatever we were doing, how when someone graduates from Missouri Valley and returns to work here, and then you have a daughter who comes here, they make sure that she's safe and well taken care of. So thanks, Eric. Just like when I mentioned ASA not being just for 4 years, but for life, same can be said about Valley. We keep coming back for a reason. Not 4 years, for life. To make the memories, to build lifelong relationships. So we have to enjoy life, have fun, because the days are long, but the years are short. It goes by really quick. Thank you.